guys, welcome back to another video, guys. Now that's right, today I'm in a different location, and that's because, as you can see from the title of the video, I'm not even entirely sure how I'm going to title this video yet, but I am going to go over all of the models and collectibles in my room. It's a video I've been wanting to make for some time, and today, doing a bit of spring cleaning. Obviously, these models are at the top of my shelf, and it's a high shelf, if you tell here, you know, it goes up quite high, so there's a lot of dust up there, so I'm doing some dusting today. I'm bringing each piece down one at a time, dusting it. So as I do it, I'm going to show you guys. And yeah, I actually have another piece to add to the shelf today, so I guess I'll start off with this one. But yeah, as I bring each piece down, we're going to take a look at it. And then there's some stuff on the other side of my room, just a few more kind of bigger, more special items, so I'll bring those ones over as well. Also, hay fever is really bad today, guys, so if I sound a bit sniffly, you just saw the item was there. If I sound a bit sniffly, that's why. So yeah, but anyway, the first item up, the one I'm adding to the collection. Last night I went to the cinema to see Minions: The Rise of Gru. I know it's it was a funny experience. There was a lot of teenagers going in dressed up in suits and bursting out laughing and clapping and cheering. It was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had at the cinema. But yeah, you know, I at the same time, I got very involved, and I had this for £5, and I picked up a Minions. It's a cup. Look, you could put a straw in the top, and I did put my drink in it. And I drank out this in the cinema yesterday, but it's kind of cute. The Minions, you know, they are what they are. You got to take them with a grain of salt, a bit of, you know, pinch salt. So yeah, but you know, it is just a bit of cheap plastic. There's nothing special about it. I never buy cups in the cinema like that because I feel like they're mostly a rip-off. But this one, it looked like they put a bit of effort into. And I don't know, I kind of liked it. And I don't really have anything Minions in my room. Not that I'm a big Minions fan or Illumination animation fan at all. But, you know, I thought, why not? So yeah, cheap plastic, but it'll go up on the shelf. But anyway, let's start bringing items down. So then, the first items up I have to show, I have a couple pop vinyls. So the first one up, I used to have a lot of pop vinyls in my room, but I sort of stopped buying them because it was getting expensive and there was a lot of them. But I wanted to keep this one because I really like it, and it's an Iron Man bobblehead. I think this one's just really cool, even though the eyes look a bit goofy, but, you know, that is the pop vinyl style. But yeah, bobblehead, really, really cool one. So, yeah, I've kept this one. And then, I can't remember who it was that got me this. It was either for Christmas or my birthday. One of my mates got me this because of my hatred for the movie. A Rey Skywalker. Does it even say Rey Skywalker? No, it doesn't say anything. But it is Rey from The Rise of Skywalker. So, yeah, you know, I'm not a fan of this movie at all. But I like to keep all my gifts and stuff. So, yeah, this one does stay out there. It's also a bobblehead. So, yeah. Then I have a Darth Vader from the Disney Infinity games. So I used to play that for a bit. And I've kept some of these Infinity models because, well, they just look really cool. So, yeah, kept that one. And then I have, I'm not sure what the company's called that make these. Is it Eagle Moss or something like that? A model of the Iron Man Mark 1 suit from Iron Man 1 when he comes out of the cave. Now, this was given to me by my good friend Ryan because he used to work for a model company. And they used to get loads in their office, and they just used to hand them out to employees for free. And Ryan used to come home with boxes of them. So he was very kind to let me have a couple. So this is one of the ones he let me have, and it looks awesome. I love it. Next up, we have, what do I do first? Let's do this guy first. This was also a gift from my good friend Ryan and Luke. A Jadoon model. I think this is Eagle Moss. I know they do the Doctor Who ones, but very similar to the Marvel one. As I say, I wouldn't be shocked if it's Eagle Moss that do the Marvel ones as well. But, yeah, now I have two of these. We'll see the other one a bit later on. The other one's a bit different. But it's pretty cool because I have one at either end of my shelf, and they both sort of, it's like they're guarding it. But, yeah, so I've got a Jadoon. I have a very small Thor's hammer. Now, this actually is metal, quite heavy. It was a key ring. You can sort of see there were like, the camera's probably not going to focus, but there were two little bits on the side there which snapped off. So it was on my keys for ages, and when it finally snapped off, I thought, I don't want to get rid of this, it's pretty cool, so put it up on the shelf for all the other knick-knacky models. So yeah, got Thor's hammer. Well, another couple pops here. Another one which I bought when I used to buy loads. And I was like, I've got to keep that one because it looks awesome. And that's a dragon from Game of Thrones. Yeah, so this is Drogon. Oh, no. Is this Viserys? Drogon was a bit more red, wasn't he? But anyway, you know, this one just looks so cool. I mean, you wouldn't really know it's from Game of Thrones. You'd look at it and just go, that's a dragon. But yeah, it is one of Daenerys' 3 dragons. But it looks awesome and I love it. I have another pop. This one here I actually bought quite well, I say recently. It was probably about a year ago. My pop vinyl buying craze was about 6-7 years ago when I bought like the Dragon and Iron Man. But this one here I bought about a year ago because I had to get something to do with this movie on my shelf. And that's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I had to get one of the clowns. So yeah. And I got a friend who's a big fan of these movies. And I think he got a couple as well. So yeah. And then I used to have quite a few of the Game of Thrones models. And while a few of them are in my loft, they've been put away because they're quite big and they take up a lot of room. I've brought a few down to have in my collection. So I have the Hound still down here because he was one of my favourite characters. And you can actually open and close his mask there. So you can either have him on show or have the mask head down. I have his head on show because he didn't really wear the mask much in the show. But the detailing on these is fantastic. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, these were a real treat to collect. Like, you could have a fantastic shelf of these. And they look like they're probably worth a lot more than they are. They were only like £15 to £20 when I was buying them. I don't know how much they are now. Probably less because of season 8. But, you know, it was, you know, they were very cheap and they looked incredible for what they were. Okay, next up, I have a couple little Lego figures which were kindly sent to me with some subscriber mail. I have a battle droid and a super battle droid. Now, I'm going to be honest, apologies to the guy who sent me these. I can't remember who sent them because they were so long ago, but because they were sent to me, they were gifts. I have to keep them in the room. I love that kind of stuff, so yeah, they stay in the room. I have another Eagle Moss, this one here of Mr. David Tennant. I could be wrong, but I think this one was from Mr. Anthony Fisher, my favourite Doctor, 10th Doctor. So, yeah, brilliant stuff. And I bought this at a MCM London Comic Con convention at the XL. I think it was the last one before COVID. A beautiful statue of Mufasa and Simba there because I love The Lion King. I saw this statue and sort of fell in love with it, and I couldn't walk away without it. The detailing is beautiful. I think it's, I'm not sure what it is, like a, I'm not sure. I was gonna, it looks like it's wood, but it's not. But the detailing and the colouring is beautiful on this one. Really one of my favourite pieces in my collection. And then wrapping off this batch is the most awkward model in my collection. I bought this a while back because I had to get something aliens on the shelf. And I've got a xenomorph. Now, you put this, you've got a plastic stand here. You sort of put his tail in it. And it does hold him up. Now, he's not really a model. He's more of an action figure, I guess. Because you can bend him into different shapes. But because I'm sort of limited with the space up there now, I sort of have him in this kind of like ball-like sleep kind of position. But he's very cool, very cool. The detailing again is great, even on the head there. I got this really cheap actually. I think I bought it when I was in one of these kind of model shops out and about in London, and I think I got it for literally like £12 or something. But the towel, you know, you can move this as well. This is just like a stretchy kind of plastic there, but yeah, it's massive. But it's a really cool model. So yeah, definitely happy to have it. It's just it's a very awkward one. It falls over a lot. I do find myself going up there a lot just to stand him up. Next up, I can't remember whether I mentioned at the start of this video, but not everything up there is movie related, because I've got 3 items here that aren't really movie related, so I guess we'll start off there. I've got a hat up there. Grease hat, sailor's hat. This was from my first lad's holiday. Me and a few of my mates bought them and wore them on a night out. We were in Malia, wore them on the strip, and Looks a bit of a moron. But anyway, I kept the hat because, you know, memories. So yeah, got my grease hat. I should probably keep it on for the video, shouldn't I? Should I keep it on? Nah, it looks ridiculous. I'll put it on the floor. I also have a little cheap plastic trophy which will cost you about 10 pence. But me and my friend Luke host every year. We just had our second one last year. We host for our friends a pub golf where everyone wears shirts. If you follow me over on my Instagram account, not the Movie Bug one, my normal one, you'll see some photos. And we plan all the pubs and all the drinks, and then we have games. And I didn't win, but we had 2 trophies left, and me and Luke took one each because we hosted. So yeah, that's from my pub golf. And I also have this truck with my name on, which my friend Alex bought me when we were in Benidorm. So yeah. Okay, back to movie stuff. I have a pop vinyl, again, of David Tennant. This is from the Doomsday Season 2 finale. This is a limited edition, actually, with the glasses. I don't know how rare it is, but this was gifted to me all the way from America by my good friend James Larbham. So, yeah, still got it, mate. Really fantastic item for my collection. One of my favourite pops I've ever got. Then I have a Cyberman. I used to have hundreds of these when I was a kid. I used to have a whole army of them. Just got the one now, but he stays up on the shelf. Then I have, this one's a bit complicated because again, it comes, you've got a stand for this one. I have a Star Trek Enterprise. I don't know if this is the Enterprise, but a ship from Star Trek. This is another one which Ryan was gifted. I don't think Ryan really watches Star Trek, so he's like, you can have it, James. I've seen the 13 movies, but never really watched the shows. I watched one season of Discovery. I'm not entirely sure what movie or series this ship is from, but, you know, it looks like a Star Trek ship. So, yeah, and this one's really heavy. Like, this whole base is metal. I think it's all metal but these. These are plastic. But, again, the detailing on this is fantastic. I feel like a bit of an imposter here talking about this one because I don't know loads about it. But, you know, as I say, I do like Star Trek, and it was free, so. But, yeah, so I've got a Star Trek ship there. And it sort of just clips into this base like so. You got to park it in there. Yeah, so then there you go. So yeah, there's that. Then I have this, which was gifted to me by Mr. Alex Pitt. I have a Peter Rabbit. I've never even seen the movies. I think it's purely because of my dislike for James Corden, but...
Hello, I'm Peter Rabbit.
It talks. So yeah. Still got this, mate. Still got it. I tell you, I don't get rid of none of mine. Oh, fucking hell, he's talking. I don't get rid of none of my subscriber mail, nothing. And then one of the coolest items up there on my shelf, again, very kindly gifted to me by Ryan when he used to work for this model shop. And he used to have this one on his desk for ages, apparently, but now it's mine. I have a Hulkbuster. Didn't do a very good job at dusting on that one. A much larger one than all my other models, and this is heavy. This is like really good stuff, this one. One of the coolest items in my entire collection, and the detailing and the painting is amazing on this one. So yeah, definitely one of my coolest items there. So then next up we have got a couple more of these Disney Infinity models. I have a Luke Skywalker and a Princess Leia up there as well. Let's have a look at the Luke. So got some lightsaber action going on there. I'm not going to lie, the face doesn't really look like him much. But, you know it's him still. This is his New Hope look, of course. But, yeah, very, very cool little model still to have. And here's the Leia one. I much prefer this one. Looks really cool. Her new A New Hope look, if I can speak, apologies, which is by far my favourite look that Leia has. So yeah, very, very cool. Also have another free model I got from Ryan here. This is Surtur from Thor Ragnarok. Very, very awesome. He looks amazing. Again, not sure you know who he is really, unless you're like a big Marvel fan. If not, you think I've just got a weird statue of a devil up there. But nevertheless, he looks awesome. Very, very cool looking model. The big horns are quite sharp actually on this one. I'm going to pop that one over there because that one's a bit fragile. What do I got next? Okay, so this is the only item up there. I don't know where it come from, but for some reason I have a Palpatine up there from Revenge of the Sith. Now, of course, this was my era of Star Wars. I remember collecting the Revenge of the Sith toys when I was younger, and I had this one. This isn't mine because I'm pretty sure mine had like the hands missing and stuff. But yeah. So anyway, I've ended up with another one at some point, and he sits up there as well. Then we have got another pop here, Mad Max Fury Road. This is Max. I believe this was gifted to me by, I think it was Josh over at Classic Reviews, I think. So yeah, but you know, he looks really cool. He's got his shotgun in his hand there, still when he's got his mask on. Very cool. And I think this also might have come from Josh. I'm not 100% sure. But I have a little Poe Dameron model. I've got no idea what toy range this is from. It's a bobblehead again. I've honestly got no idea. I know that, I think it was Josh, but someone sent me this. And yeah, as I say, it stays in the collection. But I've got no idea what toy range that one's from. Then I have, so me, Ryan and Luke once, I think this was during COVID, when we were allowed to mix a little bit. They wanted to start watching Classic Who. I did warn them I didn't think they'd like it, so I put the 3 Doctors on for them, because it's one of the only classic episodes I had at the time. And we pissed ourselves at the villains, which are called the Gel Guards. And for one of my birthdays or Christmas, they bought me a Gel Guard model. So it's incredibly random. And again, not many people are going to know this character, but I have a Gel Guard model in my room. So yeah. And I also have the other end of my shelf, another Jadoon. This one, the gun was broken, so Ryan and Luke had to get another one, which is how I ended up with 2. So they sit at each end of my shelving unit there, guarding it. So, got 2 Jadoons. Then where do I go? Then, let's do this. So I was in Amsterdam, and I had this at the airport, and a few of my friends pointed it out to me, and they were like, you got to buy it. And I was like, as soon as someone says I've got to buy it, I normally end up buying it. They had a yellow submarine model, and it's really cool because there's a couple buttons on the back here, and the Beatles pop out of them. So you've got George and Ringo at the front, and John and Paul, I believe, at the back. So yeah, it's very cool. And then when it drives, I think this, yeah, the top bit spins around. I don't know if this is a wind up. There's a few things you can do with it, like the propeller moves and stuff. So it's a cool little item. You know, hey, I'm a big Beatles fan, so yeah. And I have another Game of Thrones model. I have a White Walker. They, you know, I know that they had one of the worst endings ever in a TV show, but they look cool as hell. This isn't the Night King, obviously. It is just one of the others, but he looks really cool. So yeah, had to keep this guy in the collection. He just looks amazing. The detailing, again, I still can't believe how cheap these models were when I think back to when I used to buy loads of them. Because I used to have a lot more. I actually have up there on the shelf, it's the only one I can't bring down, the Hound with Bran, but he's like top to bottom, he touches my ceiling. I don't want to pull him out because I'm afraid that he's going to mark up the ceiling or something. But I used to have like Tywin Lannister, Robb Stark, Jon Snow, Arya. I've got loads in the loft. Pardon me, sorry. 2 more items, and then my other models. I have a Lilo and Stitch, which is by the same company that done the Lion King one that I got. Ohana at the bottom there. And again, just looks amazing. So cute. I love Stitch. Who doesn't love Stitch? If you don't love Stitch, I really question you. And then finally, the last item up there is my big BB-8, which I bought when the movie The Force Awakens came out. And oh no, his batteries must be dead. Oh. Or he's alive. He's alive. So yeah, I got BB-8. It's not one of the super expensive ones, but it's got a wheel on the bottom, so he does do a little bit of rolling about on the floor, which is really cool. But yeah, so that's everything up on that shelf. So now I'll bring down my other models from my other side of the room. We'll take a look at them so you can see everything that I've got model-wise in my room. So for my final items, I've come back over here into my normal spot because these items are more or less just above me on this shelf. These are kind of like the more special items. So first up, I have a Godzilla. Now, some of you might remember me buying this. I bought this when I was in Cardiff, I think. I'd done a Blu-ray hunting video. And this was one of the items I picked up. And it is badass as hell. Like, he looks so cool. So this is from one of the late 90s, early 2000s Godzilla films. I forget which one. It's not Tokyo SOS. I don't think it's the war one. I can't remember. But he looks very, very cool. And you can move this one about a bit, but I really like the pose I got him in, so I'm not going to move him. But yeah, the detailing again is incredible on this one. And I have sitting right in this kind of wing that his tail's doing, a Mothra. There she is. Now this is from the newer King of the Monsters movie. But again, the detailing on this one is fantastic. Really, really cool. It's actually quite a small model, but because the wingspan's so big, and of course she's coming out of her egg there, which looks really, really fantastic. They look great together, so sort of have them sort of like so. But yeah, they look fantastic, so yeah. So I also actually have one more Godzilla item. I have this big old pop vinyl here. Which came out with the movie Godzilla vs. Kong. And he looks kind of cute. I really like him. He sort of sits on top of my speaker up in the corner. Then I have a Shazam, which I got in Forbidden Planet. Actually, on the cheap, this one. One of the... I haven't dusted this one, I apologise. One of the lightning bolts had snapped off, but... it was really easy to fix. So, yeah, I just glued it back on. And I got what was like a £50 model for about £30. So, yeah, pretty cool. And Shazam is one of my favourite DC EU films. So, yeah. And then this was sent to me by the wonderful Anthony Fisher, one of the coolest items in my entire collection. I remember when I got this and I unwrapped this from you, Anthony. I remember being so emotional because it's such a cool item. Grand Admiral Thrawn. This is a model from Rebels. He's like top 3 Star Wars villains for me. All individually numbered as well. Absolutely fantastic. Easily one of the coolest items in my entire collection in general. So yeah, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Whew, we are getting there. I've had to shut the window because I've got drilling going on next door. And man, I am sweating. Well, good. I apologise, guys. We're nearly there. Next up, we have the Eye of Agamotto. Very incredibly kind gift here from my friends. Ryan, Luke, and Alex all chipped in on this one. And yeah, this one, twist it like that, and then ooh, and this does detach, and you can wear it. So very, very cool. So yeah, I have the time stone, people. I have the time stone. Pop that there. Next up, we have one of the coolest items in my collection again. The Batman from The Batman. After I walked out of The Batman, I was so hyped. And I'd seen a few people posting this, a few people picking it up, and I was like, I've got to get a hold of that. That looks amazing. So yeah, I went ahead and picked up this bad boy from the Forbidden Planet website. And I've seen some people moaning about the colouring. I actually love it because it suits the film so well. But yeah, he just looks fantastic. And you can move his arms. That's about it. But he just looks so fantastic. And it's so cool to have something from this movie in my collection. I got it very quick after seeing the movie because I just truly loved it. And the detailing is fantastic on this one. Looks brilliant. So yeah, love this item. So next up, I actually have another Batman item, this one being from The Dark Knight. I have the Kale, the mask of Christian Bale. It's Batman. This is the, just says The Dark Knight trilogy. So I know that there's a little bit of difference between each mask he wears in each movie. But yeah, still very, very cool item. Yeah, it looks really realistic actually. And this does come off. So yeah, I can't Can't get my head in it, but it's very cool. Quite heavy as well, so it's a really, really cool piece to have in the collection. There we go. So yeah, I just wish, like, it leans forward a lot. I wish that when you tilt it back like this, it would stay there, but anyway, it's a pretty cool item nonetheless. Then I have a Niffler from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Why? Because he's adorable. He is so adorable. I picked this up in HMV. And yeah, not the biggest fan of the Fantastic Beasts films, but I really love this guy. So yeah. And then finally I have an Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. One of my favourite shows ever. So I saw this in... no, it was HMV in Oxford. And yeah, I didn't know this model existed. So as soon as I saw it, I had to pick it up. And I think that animated characters just look so good in this model form, because obviously they don't have to pay as much attention to the detail. But yeah, he just looks absolutely fantastic. I love this item so much. Oh, we are getting there. We're getting there. So next up, I have my Lucille, my Negan bat. Now this looks pretty cool, don't you think? I'm really, really happy with this, because I nearly copped out and just bought the plastic one that you can get on Amazon, HMV, Forbidden Planet, all that stuff. And I didn't want that one. I looked at getting a proper replica and it was like £150. And I was like, I'm just going to buy a baseball bat and some fake barbed wire. This cost me a grand total of about £15 to make, probably. Me and my dad bought the baseball bat. We painted it. We stuck the barbed wire on. We painted an extra layer of texture onto the barbed wire. And it looks fantastic. I was going to put some drops of blood on it, but I was a bit scared of ruining it, because I was just genuinely really happy with how it turned out as it was. So, yeah, this is the only version of this that exists, because me and my dad made it. So, yeah, Lucille, Negan's bat. Really love that item, actually. Then I have... oh, which I should have dusted before, because they're a bit dusty. I'll dust them as I'm showing you. A wand stand, because I am a big Harry Potter fan. Now, 2 of these I got in America when I was at Harry Potter World. One of them, well, my sister got this one, Voldemort's, which is maybe my favourite. She definitely picked the best one, which just looks awesome. Look at that. So cool. I just wish, you can see a little bit of text here, I just wish they wouldn't put that on it. Just leave it on the box, because, you know, I got all of these in proper one boxes. So, yeah. So I got Voldemort's. Then I bought this one because he's my favourite character in Harry Potter. I bought Severus Snape's wand. Not the most interesting one, to be fair, but he's my favourite character. So, yeah, had to get Snape's. Very cool. And then this is the one I got, which I know is a very odd choice. I'm not really sure why I got this one. I was 14 at the time, I think. Not sure why I went with this one. I bought McGonagall's wand. So, yeah, pretty plain, to be honest. There are some nice markings down the end. But, yeah. Maybe it's just because I really like Maggie Smith. I don't know. Yeah. And then, of course, the one that, yeah, everyone's probably going to get, the Elder Wand. The coolest wand, probably, actually, in Harry Potter. I thought Voldemort's was the coolest, but now I'm holding this one. This is just the iconic wand, isn't it? You know, it's held by Dumbledore and now Grindelwald. So, you know, very cool wand to have. Yeah. So finally, we're on to my Star Wars side of the room, which I've tried not to overcrowd with models, even though I've shown Thrawn already, but he's just chilling over there with the other models. I haven't put him with the Star Wars stuff for some reason. Because, you know, I've already filled it up with loads of Star Wars posters, and I like having my posters on show. But I have, nevertheless, sitting on top of my other speaker, a giant Grogu bobblehead pop vinyl. Look at this thing. Way, he jams. Well good. So, yeah, Grogu. Gotta have something Grogu in the room. I feel like even people who aren't big Star Wars fans have something Grogu in their room nowadays. Then I have this cool Star Wars light, which my parents got me for Christmas a few years back. Hey, look at that. It looks really cool at night, to be fair. I think you could get a few of these. Like there's an R2, R21, R21. Can't remember. I've definitely seen a few of them. Then the coolest item in my entire collection, which I'm going to leave out because I want to give this a nice good polish and stuff. But my complete metal replica saber forged lightsaber of Count Dooku. Yes, out battery. Haven't turned it on in a while. But yeah, this is metal. This is a complete replica. It was all handmade for me. It makes about 20 different sound effects. It lights up red. You can actually duel with this one as well, unlike the Dark Series ones, where if you hit someone with it, it will break. This is like the real deal. It's incredible. And I'm going to leave it out just over there so I can give it a proper clean up when I finish making this video, which seems to be going on for ages. So finally, the last two things I have to show you are my two Star Wars helmets. I have a Stormtrooper and Mando's. So this one here has the Mandalorian symbol on the bottom. This one has the Imperial symbol. So yeah, here's the Stormtrooper one up close. It's okay, this one. It looks a bit plasticky, I must admit. But yeah, it still looks very cool. And the stands, I'll show you, these are hand built for me. Nice cotton on the inside. Quick wipe off so it doesn't look terrible on camera. And then yeah, you've got the Imperial flag on that one. The other one just has the Mandalorian one. And that has a voice remote thing on it, so you sound like a Stormtrooper. This is my Mandalorian one, where you've got a light. And the inside does light up red. It's not gonna at the minute. But yeah, nevertheless, very, very cool item. So there we go. That's everything I have on display in my room. I have a Batman Darth Vader pop. Two Infinity models of Anakin and Ahsoka floating about as well. But they're sort of down low just with my Blu-rays. I forgot to show you them. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there because, guys, whoa, that took a lot of effort to bring all those things down to show you. But anyway, there we go. There are all the items I have on display in my room. Collectibles. Really not sure what I'm going to call this video yet. But anyway, there we go. I hope you guys have enjoyed as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message. And as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.